I guess I'll kick us off.
Yeah.
Great.
So one of the things about Doom Patrol is it's so character driven, but every single one of the characters is incredibly complex. So I wanted to ask you, as an actress, what's the most challenging part of playing your role on the show?
The most challenging. I don't find it challenging. Weirdly, I because all the work's done for me. You know, it's on the page, and if you have a good script, you literally just have to learn it, and put the costume on, and hope that your acting buddy knows their lines too. And so I don't find it challenging in that way. I actually embrace. I guess if there is a challenge, I embrace it.
I'm curious, filming during COVID, it's definitely contrast with pre-COVID protocols. I'm curious, it's really hard to connect with the crew and, everyone's wearing a mask. I'm curious your experience for the Doom Patrol shoot during the COVID protocols.
It's really tough for the crew because they all have to wear masks around us guys, and obviously, we can't wear masks because we're on camera. So I always felt really bad about that, but it's just there are certain things that had to be put in place, which meant we could get on with our jobs, and people were prepared to do that, and it didn't weirdly impact negatively on our relationship with the crew because we knew them from the year before, and the other guys that have been on the show, that was their 4th year, so we have relationships that are already kind of built in, and but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so it seems like you really love to play roles where you like to cut loose on set, right? What really attracted you to this role that really said, man, I need to play this part on as wild as Doom Patrol is already?
There was a promise of working with a former James Bond. that was flagged, and I was like, well, I'm going to work with 007, so I need to do that. But I was in another show before called Doctor Who, and the Master didn't get a time machine in Doctor Who, which I think we still need to get back there and right that wrong. So when Steve Yockey was like, because I was doing Flight Attendant, which Steve Yockey also did, and then he was like, there's this amazing show, Doom Patrol, and you get your time machine. I was like, yes, sign me up. I need it. I'm in.
I was answering my question.
Yeah, so you've gotten to play now a number of genre villains, and I'm wondering, is it more fun to play the villain, or as I understand this season, you're more now working with the heroes?
It's always fun to be bad, but I think that those consequences are starting to catch up with her, and as they do, if you continue to make dodgy choices. So it's been nice to kind of live in the grey area of is she good, is she bad, and that sort of like generalizes it too much because I like the nuance now that she's allowed to live in, and I think it makes it more authentic in a way, more well-rounded, or a sort of a character that's more fully evolved.
So we hear there's going to be a musical episode. How was that?
The musical episode. Oh my god. I think it's probably the best episode of the season. It kind of felt like that whilst we were doing it, and then we got a little teaser of it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in that show. It's going to Broadway. We're going to go to Broadway, everybody. Doom Patrol needs to come to Broadway. It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It was fun. It was great. Loved it. More of that.
Was there any memorable on-set moment during COVID that was able to just kind of bring everybody together?
There was a lot of unity around COVID, and because it felt like, especially at the beginning, before we really had a handle on it, it felt like we were kind of like risking our lives to tell a story, and in a way we were. So I'm glad that we were all safe and we were looked after well. So I think just that we found very bonding, that we are still able to do our job.
Thank you so much for showing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Good to meet you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.